Yes, you're in the new Providence, where niggas get to snapping like they got no common sense. When we approach with confidence, revoking confidence. His offense limp enough to throw the hardest to the fence. The raw is what he is, you can't stop it like jail runs. And ain't no time for him, he's opposite of well done. Rare without care, put clocks on the line. Comfortable with my flow, it's like I got Crocs on my rhymes. No, rocket science.
What's going on, world? It's your boy VO the Face. Silly already flexing on you. You know what I'm saying? The kid went 4-0 in the fantasy leagues. F4, we in the building. 4 of them things, man. You already know we 50% plus 50% fantasy football and 100% facts. Y'all know what time it is. Here with these deadly gentlemen. Only one went 4-0 in fantasy. Jay Reese, how did your fantasy team do? Nobody cares about how your fantasy team did, and that's how we're going to bring it in. But I would like to introduce my boy, Jay Reese, the Gambler.
F4, baby. Ooh, fresh cut Reese on duty.
Ooh, I see you, baby. Faded, and now you acting jaded. Well, let's get it popping, man. I'm over here also with my brother, Silly C, with the numbers. What's going on, Silly C?
Haha, what up? It's your boy. Let's get him.
It's your boy. All right, man. Crazy week 3 of games. My Denver Broncos, 3-0, baby. 3-0, baby. Jay Reese's second team, Chicago Bears had a tough weekend. Justin Fields had a crazy tough weekend, 9 sacks. I don't know how he feels about that, but we'll talk about it shortly, you know what I'm saying? But let's get this going, man. As we do review week 3, let's talk about the bets we missed out on and the fantasy players we missed out on in a segment that we like to call A Day Late and a Dollar Short. Yeah, I don't know why I got such upbeat music. I need to get violins for that shit because this was a sad song with a day late and a dollar short. Jay Reed, tell me what bets you were a day late and a dollar short on this past weekend.
Oh man, your boy, I was out here. I was slapping. I was clapping the bets, man. I was jumping in on the LA Rams at plus 108 versus the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Clap them. Cherry picked the Oakland Raiders at the end of the game. I was kind of going nuts this week, man. But oh man, there was one. Hey Matt, man, you mind playing the clip for me, please?
Yes,
okay. Okay.
Values and morals.
Man, I'm about to dog walk you this year, Christian.
You won't bet the baby.
Hell no.
And if the beat live, you know Lil Ju made it. Hands on my knees, shaking ass on my thigh shit.
Oh man, it was a rough one. I played the young stud, my homie Cristiano in fantasy. I told him at the beginning of the season that I was going to dog walk him, and that did not happen. The worst thing about playing fantasy is when you have the fire on the bench to destroy somebody and you leave them on the bench. I actually played the wrong Justin. I had the fraud in there. I had Justin Hubert on the bench, and I started Justin Fields. Gross. He clapped me.
Man. Yeah, man. I'm a victim of the Fields curse as well. And I think a lot of people felt that, I tried to be slick. I actually got the number 1 free agent last week in Derek Carr, and then I still threw out Fields. I was like, man, I drafted him late. I'm starting him. I stashed him. Yeah, I look goofy, man, and he's going off the team this week. Silly C, what bets were you a day late and a dollar short on this past weekend?
Man, I was trying to get him in my lineup, definitely on DraftKings, but Mike Williams at 6,400, he put up 36 DraftKings points, 7 receptions for 122 yards and 2 tuds. Yeah, that was a big day there. But I do want to kick into something real quick. So in addition to that, they put up 30 points on the Chiefs. Baltimore put up 36. Is the best way to beat the Chiefs now is to outscore them because their defense is trash.
Hmm.
I don't know, man. Like I've been saying, man, and it's a narrative. I said the past 2 weeks after watching the 2 Sundays of football, man,
Mhm.
Patrick Mahomes, when it's not working, it don't look good. That no look pick, it didn't look good. Yeah, it was kind of a drop by the receiver, but I feel like if he had at least peeked at him, like maybe stared him down a little bit because he was so wide open, he'd have known it was coming to him and like wouldn't have like late reacted. But the no look pass, man, that man, when it's not working, it's not looking good. And the Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs sitting at 1-2, but they should be 0-3, man. So
Ooh.
I don't know, man. My Broncos sitting at 3-0 at the top of the division. Jay Reeves, what do you think about Cody's question?
That's a real good question, man. I just want to say you pounding on this narrative. I totally feel where you're coming from. It don't look good when they're not winning, man. But don't worry, man. The Kansas City Chiefs will bounce back. Patrick Mahomes will be in good graces. I do have faith in him. To outscore them, that's pretty much what you're going to have to do. That defense is extremely trash. So you're going to have to put up like 35, damn near 40 points to beat them. Can you tell me what the score was this weekend, Cody, with the Chargers and the Chiefs?
30-24.
Yeah. Just wasn't Patrick Mahomes' day, and hasn't been his day for 3 weeks in a row because they should have lost that Cleveland game. But it is nice to see Denver at the top.
Yeah, man.
We out here.
I think it might not be to outscore them, but you definitely need timely defensive plays and clutch plays by your team and special teams. Because if you notice anything about their 2 losses, they've had timely defensive. Like you can't just jump up on them like 14 points because they can close that gap so quick. They could put up like 21 points in a quarter, and they just make it ridiculous. So I don't know if offense is the way to go, but maybe like just more timely clutch performances out of your star players. I think that'll help you against Kansas City. But one thing that hasn't helped me at all, man, was just staying busy all weekend, man. I was busy all weekend doing all types of stuff, doing the body bag battles, doing the
Body
let me get a
bag.
plate drop, man. We got a whole bunch of other things going on. And during a lot of that nonsense, man, I just kind of slept on my fantasy team, didn't make moves. I was saying Jay Reeves in the pre-show, like, man, I wasn't able to get Madison. He said he wasn't nowhere. Well, I wouldn't have known that, you know what I'm saying, because I didn't even look. You know, I just was kind of asleep on it. I was kind of heartbroken with the Christian McCaffrey 6 points on Thursday. So you got to stare at that. But the thing that kind of just broke my heart all the way was A.J. Brown. I own him in 3 leagues, and I went 0-4 this weekend, and his goose egg was a big part of it. In the league where I get like 0.1 per yard, he did give me like 0.3 or something. So he didn't goose across the board. But yeah, I got goosed by A.J. Brown. And I was just busy this weekend, man. And I guess I kind of just plays. What is that? Did he emoji face me?
It's your boy.
It's your boy.
And I actually tied with Silly too. I guess since we are here, we all in that league, we could talk about. I tied with Silly. I do have a tiebreaker in my league, and Dub went to Silly. That's part of his 4-0, and he is part of my 0-4. But hey, it's that balance in life, and I'll be right back on their dog ass this week. Hopefully with some advice from you guys, but hopefully y'all can tell me how to straighten out my schedule. I've just been so damn busy. We had a crazy body bag battle event on Friday and Saturday. 2 really dope events with a bunch of dope battles. That's the other thing I do. Jay Reeves, do you have a favorite body bag battle moment?
Man, I would have to say, I want to say it was your first battle versus, was it Biscuit?
About Clutch, forensic battle biscuit.
Clutch. My bad. Shouts out to Clutch. That shit was epic, man. That's
Yeah,
where it all got started.
I hate you for
up.
that. Even though that's like the beginning one, so it's groundbreaking. I understand like the magnitude of it. I still hate that your favorite moment was a night where I got like my ass handed to me. Silly C, do you have a favorite body bag battle moment?
Shoot, I have to say probably any of the real deal battles that came out. Him battling. I really like the D. What's his name? D. Lore or
D-Lord Biscuit.
yeah, the D-Lord Biscuit battle. That full Biscuit went crazy.
Yeah, there was some epic moments, man. Y'all talking about all-time moments this past weekend. Here's a few clips from the show this past weekend. Yeah, I mean,
the whole situation right there.
So many great
man, and we can segue that right back to football because there was some battles. Did anybody see that thing that happened in Detroit over the weekend? That boy Justin Tucker with them 66 yards. What did you guys think about that? That record-breaking kick and just Sunday overall.
The Thunderfoot. I think he kind of just came out. I can't even believe he kicked it that far. That was crazy. Beast mode, definitely.
Yeah, he came with a little move called the crow hop, and he put a lot of power into it. Man, they got to check Justin Tucker for steroids, man, because that ain't right.
Yeah, man, he got that dead foot, man. Like, I believe, like, when we all say we driving fast, we got that lead foot. I know he kicking with that lead foot, man, that dead foot, man, whatever you want to call it. He just got a heavy foot, man, and he definitely put that through. That was a big one, and it hitting the crossbar and bouncing through kind of just added that extra drama, man. But,
Hey, man, can I ask you one question?
No, you can't. We're gonna keep it pushing. No, I'm just kidding. Of course you can't, Jay Reese. We podcast it.
Did you see the phenomenal catch by Kendrick Bourne, Patriots versus the Saints? I mean, the field awareness and the balance by this man was phenomenal. It was one of the best touchdown catches that I've ever seen.
It was an amazing catch. I did see that one, and it looks even better in slow motion in the highlights. One highlight that stood out for me this weekend, because I was actually on the phone with you when it happened, you know what I'm saying, was that Jameis Winston avoids a sack, throws up just a prayer in the same game you're talking about, and Marquez Callaway is able to come down with a snag in the back of the end zone. It definitely was like the little pooch punt, and it was cool to see Jameis pull that off, man. I know he's always hungry, looking to eat a W, man. And that's where I'm thinking, like, man, like, let me get a plate. Let me get a plate is another Fuss Network venture, you know what I'm saying? And freaking we travel around, we go to different spots, we interview battle rappers, and we have stuff like that going on. We just dropped a new interview this past week on Sunday. So I mean, it was battle event Friday, Saturday, dropping a let me get a plate on Sunday, man. It's just been a busy weekend, and to mess around on my fantasy team, I kind of messed up, but we were doing it for good purpose. Let me introduce y'all to Let Me Get a Plate.
I said, if you got feelings to hurt, I'm in need of some work. Got me up and up the offering, I'm leaving in church. I would slaughter the Lord of you, let him sleep in the dirt. And if the Reaper wants his souls, he can speak to me first. Tonight, it's UBR8. No debate, this disrespect, this shit ain't a talk show. But I'm hungry, so let me get a plate of Frank's famous chicken and waffles. UBR with it. Hey, time, baby.
Hey, it's Chilla Jones. I said you still gonna lose the round against Mr. Jump to Top Tier from the Proving Grounds. Let me get a plate, man. We out here. Let's go.
I told VO and Joe, let me get a back. Can't remember shit, bitch. What happened, Mr. Frank? Absolutely.
Yeah. Fuck with the greats, and you know where we at. Let me go get a plate. Yo.
Let me get a plate, man. Yeah, that's something I do with my business partner, Joe Orth, man. He good people, Joe East. Make sure y'all mess with him. Pretty dope thing. A lot of punchlines, a lot of bars or whatnot. So make sure y'all follow that. Let's transfer that right back to football, Jay Reed.
Wait a second, but where can they follow that at? Let's be specific with that.
Oh, okay. So this video is hosted on one of our media sites. It's called Fuss Sports. But you can follow us over at Fuss Network or
Yes,
Box
sir.
Bag Battles or search Let Me Get a Plate, and all of this stuff will pop up right away. Search
Make
VO
sure
the
y'all
Face.
subscribe.
Subscribe to everything that we got going. Silly C, what performers this week got a plate, man? Who was out there trying to get a plate?
Oh man, there was tons of them out there trying to get a plate. But man, Matthew Stafford. Who else? We got Stafford,
Cooper Kupp and Matthew Stafford out there looking like Randy Moss and Randall Cunningham. Like
Josh Allen went ham.
Woo! Oh, that boy
Devontae
got a big plate.
Adams, Tom Brady again. I mean,
Brady,
Najee Harris.
Mike Williams.
Yep, Justin Jefferson. I mean, that the list goes on. Kareem Hunt, like I've been trying to tell y'all.
Yeah. Watch out, Nick Chubb.
Watch out. Here he come. Nah, but yeah. Big game, last game by him too. So
Yeah, that's gonna be interesting to see what plays out in Cleveland. I know what won't play out is Kareem Hunt taking Nick Chubb's job. However, Kareem Hunt showed that he is definitely a flex position and possibly a running back too, with some of the scarcities of the running backs out there. So, and then with Christian McCaffrey injury and a lot of stuff, and who knows what'll happen. Definitely make sure you keep Kareem Hunt on your radar. A lot of big weeks, a lot of people got a good plate, man, but we're going to go ahead and push this forward into the Thursday night game. Let's get it popping.
Take my picture, put it in a superstar frame.
I'm clean when I walk, I'm clean when I talk. I'm fresh to the step. I'm fresh to the depth of the night. Steady looking at me mad, cause I ain't that bad, and I'm on top of my game. And hey, my superstar friend.
What? They hate my superstar frame. Thursday night football. Jay Reeves, we got us an incredible game coming up. However, because I've been so busy, I have no idea who plays. I just Googled TNF and let's just say like a bunch of people. Jacksonville and the Bengals.
Yeah, the incredible game is next week.
Yeah, no wonder I didn't know who was playing. I think the people that are playing in the game don't know that there's a game this weekend. And that's been apparent from their past weekend struggles, man. But let's get this one popping. We got our Thursday night game. We got Joe Burrow versus Trevor Lawrence, two former number one overall picks. We got DJ Shark and Marvin Jones going head to head with Tyler Boyd and Jamar Chase, who's just been a stud. We'll get to him. Let's get this popping. Jay Reeves, what is Vegas saying?
Well, we currently got this number sitting at -7.5 for the Cincinnati Bengals, and the over/under is an even 46. They don't even got the hook on this, but I do want to drop in that props to the ops right away. Since you said we were going to get to him, we getting to him right away.
Oh,
the boy Jamar Chase. Now let me break down this just a little bit. I think he was trolling in preseason, in training camp. They said he was out there dropping passes. He said it was hard to catch the ball because it didn't have the white lines on it. And Jamar Chase, he wasn't looking like a fifth-round fantasy draft pick. But that man has caught 11 balls for 220 yards and 4 touchdowns. F-O, right back at you. Man, I got this question to ask y'all in the props to the ops. Will Jamar Chase catch a touchdown in this game? They got it sitting at -125. Cody.
Man.
Right now, with the way I look at the way he's been playing, I mean, he got 4 tuds. They have it about 60% chance that he gets a touchdown in this game. I'm going to go the ops.
Oh,
I mean, the props. Sorry.
Okay.
He gets a touchdown this game. My fault.
I'm gonna say that the trend continues, man. It's funny that everybody's his last name's Chase, because honestly, he's leading the pack, and everybody else is like chasing him. When I was looking to draft, man, it was always Jamal Chase and Chase Claypool, man, and I went Chase Claypool over over Chase, and man, I just chose the wrong Chase, man. So I'm gonna admit that by saying he's the props because I've been losing out by not having him.
All right, let me break this down for you guys. Touchdowns, they're a fickle beast. I'm gonna say Jamar Chase is the ops because he's been doing it at a high clip. He got to fall off. The Jacksonville Jaguars, I think they just got rid of one of their cornerbacks. I'm lying to you. He the props. He the props.
Yeah, they just traded Henderson, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're number 9 overall pick from last year, so their backfield will probably be hurting a little bit more, but hopefully Trevor Lawrence and some of these young quarterbacks will just tighten up that shit and stop turning the ball over, and their teams are able to succeed. Let's push it into some more stats. I know we like stats. We like numbers. Cody, would you like to share your screen? Let's go ahead and go into some of the top performers in this game. Cody always switches up the numbers on me, so I'm not going to number it, but he's the guy with the numbers, so let's get it popping.
I'm just going with the overall game forecast. Let's see.
Yeah, okay. We'll get it popping. There we go. Let's all see together. Boom.
All right.
Joe Burrow.
This one's on the NFL Network. You see, and temperature's going to be 67 with some overcast clouds, in case you guys are wondering.
Hey, I like how you did that in like your deep voice. It sounded like a radio voice.
That midnight storm.
Overcast clouds. Trevor.
Yeah. But yeah, go ahead and take a look at this list. Marvin Jones at top over there. Jamar Chase right under him. I really think this will be another big game for Mixon. I'm seeing the Bengals running away with this. Trevor Lawrence has kind of been a little iffy, and that 13 points, 14 kind of suggests that he's not going to have a good game. I'm definitely going with Cincinnati in this case. And if y'all want, we can unpack that list.
Yeah, let's unpack that list a little bit. Let's take a look, Jay Reeves. Who are you questioning? I know I got a couple players because of my ownership I want to know about. Who are you questioning in this game, Jay Reeves?
I got a couple questions, starting across the board with all the rookie quarterbacks, that being Trevor Lawrence, Justin Fields, Mac Jones, Zach Wilson. These boys are sitting at a lowly 1-9 to start the season. Trevor Lawrence, he is not getting it done right now, but I still think this young man has a bright future. Not in this game, not in this season. Joe Mixon, he got to turn it up, man. He got to really get on his horse in this game. I think Joe Mixon's going to have a big game, man. James Robinson stepped up his production. He's looking good. Laviska Shenault hasn't done very much, but Jamar Chase is starting to look like that dude in only 3 games.
Young Randy Moss out there, man. He doing it. It's ironic because he's actually former teammates with the player that was the rookie that busted on the scene last year as Justin Jefferson and Jamar Chase, man. They're looking like a solid-ass duo from LSU, and I think he'll keep up the production. The player that I had some question on, and I'm going to ask Cody, what can I expect from James Robinson this weekend? He's been up, he's been down. His team is kind of trifling. I know we don't say we don't say that word enough. His team's kind of trifling, so I just don't know what to expect out of the Jacksonville Jaguars. James Robinson, let me know.
Well, numbers also.
What? Did he just leave?
Numbers also suggest that he's going to have a pretty tough game as well. But I'm thinking the only way Jacksonville really has a chance is he needs to have a good game. So with that being said, I think he will produce a little more, about a 40% chance he gets an actual touchdown in this game, rushing one. So I really wouldn't count big on him, but they're going to need him to even have a chance to win.
All right, so you're talking about a possible solid performance as long as game tempo dictates. I could be good on this game. Anybody got anything else on this?
Bill, let me hit you off with this. I know you're gonna be good on this game.
Yeah.
We're gonna move on. I still think it could be a slightly exciting game here, and I think we could actually go over the number. I don't really see Cincinnati covering the touchdown and a half. So I'm definitely going to take Jacksonville minus 7.5. I think that's a nice number. Hopefully it gets pushed to 8. Then I'm really jumping on it. But James Robinson in the classic versus battle versus Joe Mixon, these are both two big, strong, quality backs who like to run and ground and pound the ball. And they also like to catch the ball out the backfield. So I have them both sitting at 92.5 receiving and rushing yards. VO, do you think one of these guys could get there?
Yes, I do believe it, and I believe the guy that gets there is going to be Joe Mixon. Not necessarily. I think James Robinson will have the better rushing day. I got him around like 87 yards, but I don't. They just don't check down a lot. Trevor don't check down. That's been his problem. That's why he's been turnover prone, and I don't see that working out in James Robinson's favor. So I'm going to go with Joe Mixon as the props, and I would say the other guy is not.
What say you, Cody?
Yeah, I have to agree with him. I mean, I'm seeing about 81 rush yards, 22 receiving. You said rushing and receiving?
Yes, sir.
And then James Robertson, 24 and 64. He's not even going to get there. So Mixon's the props, and he's the ops.
Yep.
Are we all in agreement on that?
Yeah, if he gets in the end zone, I think he'll have a bigger game than Mixon will, but he'll need a couple touchdowns to do that.
And just when you thought we might shoot ourselves in the head talking about Thursday night football, we do got a big game next week, man. So expect a lot more enthusiasm and a lot less pacifism. We'll care about the game next week. Nobody cares about these teams. Damn it. I'm with my boys, man. I do want to get y'all final word, moral of the story for week 3. Silly C, what's the moral of the story week 3?
Kansas City should be 0-3.
Kansas shitty cheeks. Jay Reeves, what's the moral of the story week 3?
I don't really have a moral of the story. I have a Cody. I have a question for my man Cody.
I have a Cody for my man question.
I had a Cody moment right there. Just even Hey, Cody, how do you feel about your fantasy team so far?
I feel
Nobody
good.
cares about your fantasy team.
Nobody cares about your fantasy team. I can't believe you walked right into that, man. I think my
He had his
moral
mouth all open.
I think no. I can't believe we walked right into that. My moral of the story for week 3, man, is just to rebroach the conversation Jay Reeves brought up. Think about Sam Darnold, seeing him doing better with his second team. A lot of these quarterbacks got drafted to really crappy teams, except for Mac Jones and crappy led organizations. Do you see any of these people prospering possibly with a second team? Trevor Lawrence, Jay Reeves, is he going to pop in Jacksonville or prosper with his next team?
Man, I really don't think he has no choice but to pop in Jacksonville, because if he don't pop in Jacksonville, he's going to be considered one of the hugest busts of all times, outside of Ryan Leaf.
And we'll just go in sequential order. So, Cody, will Zach Wilson pop in New York City with the Jets, or will he have to take the Sam Darnold route and leave New York to pop?
I don't know. New York's not really friendly with quarterbacks if you look over the years. Mark Sanchez, enough said. But I think he'll probably have to go to another team. But will he get that chance just like he was saying about Lawrence? I'm not sure.
Yeah. So the next up in the draft order would be Trey Lance.
Give that one to Cody.
Yeah, we'll just pass right on by that because that one's to be determined. He hasn't had a bunch of game film. We'll go to Jay Reeves, who roots for this next team. Will Justin Fields be able to pop in Chicago, or will he have to pop with another team?
Or get
I
popped.
got a couple opinions on this. He'll pop as soon as they get rid of Matt Nagy with his terrible coaching. Everybody's coming for his head. If that doesn't happen, I can see Justin Fields flourishing somewhere else.
Yeah, man, it's going to be a tricky situation. Cody, do you think Mac Jones will pop with the Patriots, or is he going to have to succeed elsewhere?
I think his best chance, he's going to pop with the Patriots. He's the perfect type quarterback for him. I don't know if it'll be this year, might not be next year, but it definitely in a couple of years he will be.
Yeah, I think his mistakes that he's making are fixable. I guess the only knocks that have been on Mac Jones is his lack of athleticism, and none of his turnovers or problems that he's currently having have been due to lack of athleticism. It's been due to lack of execution, and I think he'll tighten that up with the coaching staff they have out there. But yeah, so that's the moral of the story. That's week 3. This is Fuss, 50% Fuss, 50% fantasy football, and 100% facts. F4, baby. Throw them foes up, baby. We out of here. Here we go.